And I now look to Richard Cowles to close the case for the opposition.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you for asking me to join today's debate. I'm here to speak against the motion, this House would abandon the ideal of true love. And I fear I'm going to revert into my usual position, which is lowering the tone. So I apologise for that. But I'd like to begin with some quotes. For true love is inexhaustible. The more you give, the more you have. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, poet. True love is eternal, infinite, and always like itself. It is equal and pure, without violent demonstrations. It is seen with white hairs, and it's always young in the heart. Honoré de Balzac, novelist and playwright. He is literally 100% legit my type on paper. Amber Davis, winner of Love Island 2017. My point is that however we choose to express it, each and every one of us is hardwired to pursue true love. And that, to my mind, is not just a wonderful thing, it is also the basis of my proposal, which is this. Not only do I think the motion is wrong, I would strongly argue that the question itself, should we abandon the ideal of true love, is fundamentally moot. And that is what I plan to illustrate to you. Before I begin with my arguments, let me quickly address what is possibly this evening's most pressing question. Why the hell was a telly producer invited to speak? Trust me, it's a question I've been asking myself for several months. As Freya has said, it was down to my role as the creative director of the reality TV show Love Island. In case you haven't seen it, ITV2 describes Love Island as a show in which a group of young singles spend their summer searching for romance, while Piers Morgan describes Love Island as synonymous with everything that's wrong with society and life. We'll agree to disagree. Of course, Piers isn't alone in his opinion, and I suspect there are many out there who would hold the cast of Love Island up as the perfect illustration of the fact that today's young people have abandoned the pursuit of true love, presumably in the belief that they're driven by other goals, choosing the right career, achieving financial security, or finding the tightest possible pair of white elasticated jeans. I believe those people are wrong. To me, Love Island demonstrates the opposite, proving that even under the most testing circumstances, the pursuit of true love will prevail. Think about it. Our cast is thrown into a completely artificial environment, surrounded by 73 cameras filming 24/7, while a group of executive producers routinely throw in fresh potential partners whose only purpose is to break up existing relationships. Despite this, many of the couples that form in the villa stick together far beyond the end of the series. Why is this? I believe it's because at some point they experience that magical, indescribable sensation no amount of social engineering or editorial meddling can manufacture. The giddy joy we all feel at the first whisperings of true love. Now, the motion asks if true love is worth pursuing when it seems to be such an unattainable goal. I'm sorry, but isn't true love's apparent unattainability the whole point? The pursuit of true love is half the fun. The intensity, the passion, the sheer urgency of the chase. Life doesn't get any better, believe me. Yes, there'll be disappointments, finding out someone wasn't what they seemed, realising they'd been lying to your face, discovering they'd been snogging that scumbag Nigel Edwinson behind the bike sheds just because he had the keys to his dad's Ford Cortina, to give a purely hypothetical example. Disappointment is a fundamental part of life, but disappointment doesn't mean we should ever stop chasing the dream. That's why late-night supermarkets stock pot noodles. You know they taste absolutely terrible. You know after you eat one, you'll feel dirty and ashamed. But then you walk in the shop, see those little plastic tubs, and think, now that is exactly what I need. We can't stop believing, nor should we. My point was perfectly demonstrated in this year's Love Island. Camilla was your classic reality TV character. Young, attractive, trained in explosive ordnance disposal. You know the type. After arriving at the villa, Camilla fell for a boy called Johnny. Sadly, Johnny dumped Camilla, leaving her in bits. Then Craig arrived, and once again, Camilla thought she'd found the man of her dreams. Craig spent hours gazing into Camilla's eyes without blinking. It was a bit weird. In the end, Camilla realised he wasn't the one and was left broken-hearted. At that moment, Camilla felt like true love was never going to happen for her. But she was wrong, because as Camilla has learned, if you stick in there, sooner or later, a gorgeous Calvin Klein underwear model will appear out of nowhere and sweep you off your feet. I'm betting the exact same thing has happened to many of you. The motion argues that we should throw in the towel because true love seems unattainable. But the truth is that true love should feel unattainable. That's what makes it so special. It's precisely because true love seems out of reach that it has the power to hit us like a thunderbolt. If we all wandered around expecting true love to happen at any moment, A, we'd lose it would lose its allure, and B, we'd get nothing done. The motion also states it's unclear if being with one person for the rest of our lives is or ever has been suited to humankind. My feeling on this matter is whatever floats your boat. Humans are a diverse bunch. Many of us will experience true love with one person, but during their lifetime, others will find genuine true love with several individuals, which is good news for them and great news for all of you in tonight's audience planning to practice divorce law. But to return to the main thrust of my argument, while true love might feel unattainable, while it might seem impractical in a world of demanding career and familial aspirations, I believe there is absolutely no point arguing that we should stop pursuing it, any more than you would argue we should stop breathing. Why? Because we're preconditioned by thousands of years of evolution to seek out true love. We couldn't change it even if we wanted to. The fact is, as a species, certain things are hardwired into our brains. For examples, since the dawn of time, humans have believed in the existence of all-powerful beings that determine our fate. The Christian God, the Hindu deities, the research and development team at Apple. And just as that conviction is planted deep within us, so is the desire for true love. It's no coincidence that one of the earliest poems ever discovered is on the subject of true love, telling the author's first night with her new husband. It's a Sumerian work dating back to 2000 BC called The Love Song of Shu-Sin. Here are a few lines from it. Bridegroom, dear to my heart, you have captivated me. Let me stand trembling before you. Bridegroom, I would be taken by you to the bedchamber. You can feel the author's giddy excitement and anticipation at the prospect of spending a first night with her true love. It's a beautiful piece, and I definitely prefer it to her little-known follow-up. Bridegroom, less dear to my heart. You made me sleep on the wet bit. What I'm saying is that the drive to pursue true love is by definition universal and irresistible. And that remains the case even when a person's wiring is a bit faulty. For example, in 2008, a woman actually married the Eiffel Tower. Erica, La Tour Eiffel, that's her married name obviously, had already fallen in love with other objects, including Lance, a bow that helped her become a world-class archer, and the Berlin Wall. Erica even had a physical relationship with a piece of fence she kept in her bedroom. I'm guessing picket fence, it's so strong and reliable. Erica, La Tour Eiffel, is object sexual. And I think we can all agree something is a bit amiss with her choice of partners. Not least the fact that if Erica ever does go for an actual man, after the Eiffel Tower, she's in for a major disappointment. But whatever Erica's quirks, like the rest of us, she's hopelessly compelled for true love. As Amy mentioned, scientists and engineers have recognised this, and as I speak, millions are being spent developing what they're calling love bots. Robots that look like humans, behave like humans, even down to having full sexual relationship with their owner. Love bots are stunningly lifelike and have incredibly convincing emotional responses. Plus, I'm told, if you get the deluxe model, it also works as a PlayStation. Despite this, I doubt robots will ever quite manage to replicate the sensation two people feel as they fall in love. On the surface, today's technological advances have been a game changer. Before they came on the show, the cast of Love Island, all very attractive people, could easily have spent their time hooking up online with hundreds of strangers for empty, meaningless sex. But did they? Well, yes, they did. But despite all the opportunities for instant gratification, the one thing they still genuinely craved was that special someone. I'm running out of time, so I'm going to just move on slightly. I think the effect of true love on the arts would have a massive impact if we didn't believe in true love. Who would want to watch a film called When Harry Met Sally? They didn't hit it off straight away, so he chucked her phone number in the bin. And do you really want to hear Adele singing, "Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet to discuss a potential investment opportunity." So there you have it. I believe the House's motion is based on a fundamental impossibility. And even if that weren't the case, it would create a world that was duller, greyer, and a lot less fun to live in. So to the single people in today's audience, I would say, never give up on your pursuit of true love. And to Nigel Edwinson, who drove my first girlfriend off in his dad's Ford Cortina, I'd say, I'm now a television executive delivering a speech at the Oxford Union. So in your face, you melt.